welcome back. So I got a question, or a couple of questions from a subscriber regarding skiing technique that I'm just going to read through, and then as we're going along here, I'll talk about it in the next two videos actually, because I kind of went on these pair of skis, then another pair, and you'll see why as I get into this. So it says, on some of your vids you will take the south face in a brief 3 or 4 big turns. I'm curious if your weight is balanced through the skis, guessing so, or if it's more on the downhill ski. Also, would you call these skid turns? That's what they look like, as opposed to turns? Coming from snowboarding, I understand skid turns well. You don't just carve through a turn, you also allow some simultaneous vertical loss scrape. I like that sentence actually. I like that description, simultaneous vertical loss scrape. It's kind of like a drift fade, you know. Anyway, nice word usage. And it makes total sense on skis because you're not fighting gravity nearly as much through the turn. But to my original question, I also imagine it's better for balance, control, and energy conservation to try and balance the load on both ski legs. Do your knees ever regret that kind of pounding? Thanks for the questions. So, Wednesday, 12:30. Another nuking snowstorm. I actually wasn't planning on skiing until 3 after work, but then like an hour ago power went out. It turns out some guy in an excavator hit the power lines, took out power to all the town. Somehow the chairlifts are running on auxiliary, I guess. So we are skiing, and we are ski testing. Look at these honking things. These are these Black Diamond orange plaid, I think they're called, 194. These things are stiff, and these bindings when I got them were set like huge. I think a Giant owned these things, but these skis are some man skis. We're gonna see how they do. I've been so used to skiing all these little dinky reverse camber, powder, jibber, whatever. These things are some real skis. I guess see how they go. So yeah, I always think it used to be like a 90-10 sort of thing. Back in a long time ago when you're on skinny skis and you A-framed your turns, it was like a 90-10, like 90% on the downhill, bring it around, your uphill foot kind of floated to help rudder you around, I guess. That was my teen years, whatever. Fat skis, I think it's more of a 60-40, you know, as it comes to like steeps and skiing in general, I guess. 50-50 if you're like on a groomer, but I don't think you try to keep it swaying between a 60-40 sort of thing in terms of actual weight balance. But any leg at any point needs to be ready to compensate for maybe a quick 90 adjustment. And so on these skis, as we're cruising along, so these are these Black Diamond Zealots. I found out the name of them, and they are stiff and kind of unforgiving. So in terms of your question about when to carve a turn or drift a turn, I always kind of judge a ski by how well it breaks from a carve, you know, and then breaks out of the carve into a drift and then back into a carve again. So this section, you go skittering across the ice, and I'm definitely wrestling these skis around. There's a slide. Yeah. I kept thinking my boot was not tight enough and just trying to get on top of them. And so it's kind of a dust on crust. Some of these turns are deepish. Some of them are on ice as I'm wrestling these skis. But in general, they're stiff and they want a railroad. My basic... Following you guys. Basic thought being that they don't want to break into a skid. So here I am following. There's Luke up front and John. So this dude's he's like 6'7", and we'll see here in a minute the deception, the whatever, how fast he's going for how big he is, and holy cow. So we're charging down Christmas, and like I said, these skis are stiff, and like, you know, you're in a narrow path here. And these guys don't really like drifting, so I'm forced to make these turns. I'm doing it. And loving it, by the way. Oh my God, look at all this snow moving. Dude, we had like a pile of snow moving with us. Whoa, look at that slide. Coming down, Spindrift. Whew, that was awesome. Dude, you guys kicked off your stuff. I was in like a fucking rolling river of snow. Yeah, it's ice, like that where that alder is, there's that steep pitch, it's fucking ice, then the piles underneath it.
Okay, perfect.
Go for it, I'll follow you. So Luke takes off, John takes off, and we are off to the races. And this run, I felt like I was getting on top of the skis a bit, basically because I'm going fast trying to catch these guys. Look, John's just pulling away from me. Like I just said, he's like 6'7". I'm going fast, trying to basically keep up. I'm trying to close the gap, at least for the camera angle. I can't do it. That dust cloud, it's like a 20-foot dust cloud. Just bombing. Look at these skis there. They came alive right there. So look, boom. Look, see, they got solid right there all of a sudden. Weren't skittering. That's what he tell people, like, oh, these skis come alive at 40 miles an hour. Well, that's what that is. As I'm still trying to catch him, all the way out, I'm trying to catch him. Then, next run, that guy in the green, his name is Rob, he's a new guy. Yeah, he's going fast. I'm like, holy shit, trying to catch them, they're like gone. I knew he juked to the right there, and I had it slide fast out the left. Look, right on the right, you see him. Well, I was so glad he didn't come across left, because I was coming in hot. So I love this run. This gully, it starts wide. Look how wide it is. And then it just gradually narrows. It's like an hourglass. It gets narrower and narrower as you're trying to keep your speed to the gut. And the gut's normally a cliff, and it's unskiable early on. Like a month ago, you couldn't ski this line straight like this. As Dudo ahead of me is getting away again, I'm like, God dang it, Luke's already through the gut. Luke's gone. Can't even see him. Are you kidding me? Look at these turns. They just tighten. And these skis, I'm on them by here. Oh, God damn. Dude, that was so fucking good. Can't even believe that. Never skied that fast. Do that gut. You were just long gone. I see you cranking turns. I'm like, oh, it must be good. But I knew there's big old Abbey piles down there. Dude, that was like blower pow. Wow. Dude, I really have to go back to work. Are you kidding me? You guys ready for this? Yeah. So this is after work. Back on the skis, same day. Getting to run in with the kid while ski testing, simultaneous ski testing. I'm right behind you. You got it, just go. Yep. Just follow Kate. Come right by me. There you go. Nice. Whoa. You're good. I got you. Hey. Good crash, Irie. And she didn't even cry. Tough girl. So this is last run. I got back out. So I knew these skis like to blast. So I'm like, well, we better blast them. You can hear it. It's like the dust on crust, the pow, the ice underneath. I could confidently say these skis don't really have a high-end speed limit. Honestly, like, I couldn't see skiing these things any harder, and they are more than enough underfoot. So I came through here on the Devastators the other day. Remember, those were the skis that were opposite of these that I got the other day. And this is kind of dust on frozen moguls. But these skis are railroady. I'm on them and I know what they can do, but they don't want to drift sideways like this on the Devastators. Same spot. Look at this drift, drifting, drifting. Oh, I'm still drifting, 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 drifting. Oh, this is a drift. Bam. Back to these things, not drifting, carving, carving, mogul ice, carving dark. Oh my god, can't go left, into the dark. Not drifting, not drifting, not drifting, slamming, not drifting, not drifting. Carving, offline. Thanks for watching. Watch the next video because we're going into drifting.